Hi, I want to talk a little bit about the energy of our political environment and help you to cut the cord to that. And I'll explain a little bit what I mean by that. Um, in the last long time, really, uh, when we have been listening to Donald Trump talk about who he is, basically. He has been inciting three primary emotions in people: fear, anger, and hope. And that goes for people that support him and for people that don't support him. Energy is the substance of emotions. Emotions are, in some ways, the most powerful of our energy sources. We know that when we are happy about something, we're full of energy. If something is positive for us in our life, we feel energized and good. Depression in and of itself, um, that low energy feeling comes, tiredness and lack of, even sometimes our thoughts, we don't even have the ability to think clearly. And so when we incite emotions, what we're doing is we're getting people engaged in energy. And there are people that are called energy vampires. And maybe you've heard of the term, maybe you haven't. But it's people who feed on the energy, emotional energy of others, not just their emotions, but it starts there. It's kind of the plug-in is the emotion. That's how energy vampire people are able to connect with others, is they incite emotion. And from there, that energy goes into deeper core energy within us, which can make us exhausted and can make us, I don't want to say under the control, because we always have control of who we are, but it can kind of do what's happening now, which is memorize us, kind of get us into this mode where we are passive and allowing our energy to be directed towards someone and something, and we're passive about it. Now, I know right now everybody's not passive. I get that. But there are a segment of the population that is able to go along with whatever that might be, um, whatever the energy vampire's agenda is. Now, fear is being incited and had been incited through um, threats of immigrants, killing, taking jobs, eating animals, that kind of thing. I mean, there's other fears, but that was kind of a bigger one that fed his campaign, because it hooked into people, because that's a strong emotion we have, is fear. The other, anger. I mean, there's so much anger, so much anger. Anger at liberals, at immigrants, at anybody who's different, anybody who thinks different, looks different, acts different in any way. Anger, that incited anger. The hope is the hope of what how this energy vampire, I'm just going to call him, this energy vampire can solve everything, can kind of brush away our fear and brush away our anger and bring us to a different place of happiness and joy and abundance. And the supporters bought into the fear, the anger, and of course the hope. And that is how the campaign, and how this energy vampire has been able to assume so much power, because there's so many people that are just bound, corded to this one figure through these emotions. But it's also true for the supporter. I mean, I'm sorry, it's also true for the dissenters, those who don't go along with the energy vampire. Um, the anger towards him, anger towards his words, anger towards every single little thing about him. Fear, fear of what he can do, fear of what he's going to do, fear of our whole way of life being kind of washed away, and the hope that maybe that won't happen. Maybe something else will happen, and that little sliver of hope is kept alive, though. Um, and what's interesting is that it doesn't matter if you were a supporter or a dissenter of the energy vampire, because the hook, the claws are in, and the energy is being drained and sucked out of you if you stay in those energetic, corded connection with this figure. And he is kept, when you look at someone his age and kind of his lifestyle and everything, he's kept up, he's kept healthy, he's kept full of energy, well, as healthy as, I guess he could be, through all this energy that he's consuming. He's just sucking it in. And energy is a very, very real thing. Energy, we all know if we don't have energy, how it feels. We all know that things give us energy, that people give us energy. And an energy vampire takes that to an extreme where it's a cord. It's an energy cord that actually forms between someone and the energy vampire. And it's something that energy vampires have been doing most of their lives. And so it's a very natural way of being in the world. Sometimes people help us to feel free. They help us to feel ourselves, to kind of help us to um, dream our dreams and feel supported. Those are not energy vampires. It's the opposite. Energy vampires, we rely on the energy vampire for either our good or our bad, or our mind, our heart, our energy is being manipulated by that energy vampire. And that again goes for supporters and non-supporters as well. And that's what I want to, we're going to do a little exercise. I'm going to go through this exercise with you to decord, to release the cord. By the way, before I forget, my latest book, Raise Your Frequency and Manifest Abundance, written for a guide for empaths, intuitives, and sensitives. I talk a lot about it. It's basically a book about energy, about how to work with the energy that will help us to live our best lives. And I bring this up because the exercise we're going to do is in this book. And it's not, it's not for this particular energy vampire. It's for anybody in your life where, or that you're giving energy into, how to decord from them. It's a simple exercise. And what we're going to do is, I'd like for you, if you would like to do it now, to just relax. It can be very helpful to close your eyes. If you're not comfortable with that, you can certainly leave them open. And what we're going to do is just begin to breathe, nice, long, deep breath. Just relax. Breathe. Imagine energy coming in, breath, white light energy coming down into your higher chakras, which is your kind of higher parts of from your head and even above your head, portals of energy. Imagine white light breath coming down from these high vibration portals, and just breathing that in and letting that flow through your body and letting yourself just relax into that breath. Exhaling, letting go. And again, imagine the breath, breathing down into that portal of energy, allowing that energy to move through the body, and let go. Imagine as the breath moves through you, you can release and let go of any stress, any tension that your body, your energy field has been accumulating. And just breathe it out, let it go. And we're just going to continue this white light breath, this allowing high vibration, light, through the breath into the body, letting go, breathing, just breathing. Take a nice, long, deep breath. And on this breath, as you move the energy of the breath through the body, I want you to imagine any place in your body that feels tight, that has tension, that has stress, or maybe a part of your body that feels fearful, where it would be lodged in your body, or anger. But just breathe, release any stress and tension. And again, as you breathe, become aware of any place in your body that might be sore, tense, tight, that gets your attention, that maybe holds this charge of energy, this fear, this anger. Now, there's likely more than one place in your body that this energy is centered. I want you to go to the place where it feels kind of the strongest, or the place where you feel led. Just bring your attention, your awareness to this spot or place in your body. It can be anywhere. It can be any place that feels the most tension, tightness, or anger, or just simply where you're led. As you go to this place in your body, I want you to imagine that there's a cord here, and a cord is simply a concentration of energy. It's kind of like a stream of energy, and it goes from your body. And I want you to imagine where in your body this cord is, again, in this place of tension or tightness or anger. Imagine this is where the cord is, where it is attached to you. It's an attachment. And then I want you to imagine this energy vampire who goes by the name of Trump. This cord goes to him. And I want you to imagine, where in his body is this cord attached? Where is his main source of connection through this cord? It can be any place, just like you. It can be any place. It might actually attach to a bigger cord because there's so many people that he's funneling energy from. So it might be a little bit more a cord is attached to a bigger funnel of cord, or it could just simply be a part of his body. Let's not make this too complicated. And as you feel that out with him, where is your energy going into him? I want you to imagine what this cord might be made of. Imagine it could be something like a silk cord, could be like a pipe, like an iron pipe. It could be something like kind of loose and jelly-like. It could be thin and light. It could be heavy. There's all kinds of possibilities, like an electrical cord or a ribbon. But just imagine for you what this cord may be that's attached to your body, that's funneling energy into Trump, into this whole massive movement of energy of his, the consumption of energy. It's huge how much energy he's consuming. Just imagine what that's like, what that cord is like. And I want you to get a sense of how much energy he's pulling from you. This whole, what we're going through, that's being funneled into this chaos and all of that fear and all of this figure, this one figure that is at the pinnacle. Now, there's many, many others that are with him, but I want you to imagine just for Trump, him himself, go to the cord that he funnels energy and get the sense of how much energy that is, how much percentage wise, or even maybe just a lot or a little or whatever that might be. Just imagine how much energy is being sucked out of you for this fear and energy and hope and stress and all of that. Now, I want you to imagine you can cut this cord. You can sever this cord, and that's what we're going to do right now. You can sever it. You can imagine that you get any kind of instrument, whether that's scissors or a hacksaw, or maybe you have spirit helpers who will come in and help you if you need help. But in some way, you're going to sever this cord right now. So do and go through in your imagination whatever you need to sever this cord and cut it off. So you are no longer connected. There's no more energy moving out of you to this energy vampire. And I want you to imagine what happens when you cut that cord. What's happening? What happens? How do you feel? What happens to the T, the energy vampire? What happens? What we're going to do right now is I want you to imagine this place in your body, in your being, where the energy was being funneled out of you. We're now going to attach that to a higher source of light. We're going to attach that to a higher vibration. Just imagine the highest vibration you can imagine, pure love, pure light, pure happiness and joy, pure energy, energy that is not tainted or filled with any of these negative emotions or thoughts or feelings, or it's just pure energy. It's life-giving. It's the energy that fuels the sun, that fuels the planet's evolution, yields the rotation of the earth, that keeps us all alive in this physical earthly place. And that's what you're going to attach your cord, your energy to funnel in that life-giving energy. So you can feel clearly, you can see clearly, you can be in a place of witnessing what's happening, of compassion and witnessing. But you don't have to give your energy away. You can stay healthy. You can stay strong. You can stay clear-minded, clear-hearted. You can take care of those you love, those in the community, others that may be adversely affected. You can be there for them because you're funneling in this life-giving energy and you're not giving it away. You're not letting it be manipulated and used for somebody else's agenda and power and sense of self. Let that go. We're going to let that go. We're going to come into our own energy feeling better than we have in a long time. Just take a nice, long, deep breath. And I want you to know that you can do this exercise every day if you would like, if you're feeling triggered, if you're feeling a reattachment. It's not usually needed. However, in this situation, it could be. And under normal circumstances, detaching, decording from somebody is a permanent thing. You can't, unless, you willingly attach. And that's, something you have to guard against. Don't willingly get hooked into this. And it doesn't mean that you're detaching from what's happening. It doesn't mean that you don't care. It means that you're attached to a higher source of energy where you can see more clearly the choices that are right for you right now, that help you to live a better life, that help you to sleep at night, that enable you and empower you to be there for your community, to be there for others. And that's where we all need to be right now, right? We all do. All right. It's been fun.